What's happening, Chief?
Get the flip-flop shit on me.
Mean sugar pop, honey bun.
Whose ass I gotta kick to get myself a beer off up in here?
People like this are a menace to decent society.
Who decided that?
Listen up, bitches.
Kick your ass one day, man.
Introducing
Who
DJ.
you talking to, sonny boy?
Got something I know you gonna dig.
Don't you understand English, boy?
We're gonna be naked together.
Watch my back and watch my dust from over there, T.
You know my sales slogan. You want it, I got it. If I ain't got 'em, get it. So get it while the getting's good.
Hey, welcome to Versatility Vision Ultrasound Entertainment. This is part 3 of my reaction and review to the Dossier. So, we left off with Kenneth Boagny and, you know, the whole, how all this stuff got started and everything like that. Now, there was an officer named Kendrick Knox who was the first one to come across this or whatever, and they pretty much was like, hey, what you doing? And he was like, my job. And they was like, no, you're not. And that's it. He said, what? He said, no, you're not. Drop it. Like, oh shit, okay, I guess I'm done. And he passed it on. He was like, yeah, hey man, I don't know what the hell going on, but I got to get the hell up out of here. Cause I done found out some shit. So, and according to them, Kendrick Knox disappeared. He gone. Now you got to ask yourself, if this was all some gang shit, and it's like, you know, a lot of people, I understand they get hyped up and everything, but if you're not from California, you don't live in California, you don't understand the street politics and everything. And I'm not saying that I was out there in the streets like that and everything, but I knew people that was, and that's what happened in Vegas. But people don't move like that from California, especially when you go out of state. You're not chilling by yourself. Anyway, so he disappeared. Kendrick Knox disappeared and everything, you know. This is a guy named Steve Katz. And I guess Steve Katz was somebody. Steve Katz is hiding documents and stuff from the, you know, the civil trial and everything like that, because, hey, 400 mil. You talk about bankrupting a city. That's like, I mean, sometimes, you know, they treat, you know, Los Angeles like it's his own island, you know, but, you know, 400 mil, that's a lot. That's a lot of money right there to be paid out. And I already know how they gonna do this or whatever. I already know how they gonna do this. But, so Steve Katz is hiding documents and stuff from the civil trial and everything, you know, and, eventually it's passed on, of course, Russell Poole, and he makes, you know, contact, and he transfers the files, you know, with Russell. Russell takes over and everything. And then, you know, fast forward a little past that, Phil, you know, meets up with Big Gene or whatever, who was very credible to him. You know, he felt that he provided the same thing he said years ago, decades ago. He was saying the same thing, and he never changed his story. And you know, at first, you know, I don't know if Big Gene remembered him or not, but they remembered each other and talking. And this is, remember, you know, Phil Carson, he's now retired. So they had their whole, you know, investigation and the whole lineup and everything. And, you know, this is, a lot of this stuff was like solved within like probably the first 6 months, but you already know what happened, you know. So there's a lot of context and dialogue that goes in with the dossier, and it's very informative for research purposes, I wouldn't take it as entertaining because entertainment usually involves something that's fiction, that just grabs your attention for the moment. But this is real life, so it's beyond entertainment. And I don't even consider it entertainment because, people have lost their lives dealing with this whole thing. So I think that it's very important that people, and I'm glad that, Don Sikorsky and Phil teamed up to do this, and I can't wait for season 2. I'm like, oh, they got a season 2? Oh, they finna go deep. Phil Carson ain't playing. No, he ain't playing. He ain't playing, and it seems like the only way that these people can speak, it seems like these agents and detectives are when they're no longer on the force, which sucks or whatever, because it's a real dog eat dog world out there in the police force. Like, Jesus, I could just imagine what the hell the military got going on. I mean, this regular public servants and everything, they got a whole lot of issues and stuff like that. But I think that most people will, once you kind of like pay attention and listen, because at first you're gonna listen to it and then you're gonna say, okay, like, I knew that, I got that. Like, you're just listening or you're just hearing it. The next time you do it, you need to listen. You need to listen to what they're saying. Sometimes you're gonna have to rewind back. It's 20 parts. So, I mean, they're like maybe 45 minutes each or whatever. And like I said, I've watched it several times, and I've had detailed notes to the point where it's like, okay, I got to break. I'm not finna tell them the whole thing. They need to go and listen to the Dossier by Don Sikorsky and Phil Carson. It's on the the Apple whatever. I've seen some parts on YouTube, of course, but it's something that deals with a lot of contextual, tangible stuff. Stuff that you can learn from more about this. That if you're just coming into this, because like I said, I've been interested in this ever since before I was a teenager. So of course I'm going to soak in and pay attention to certain things and certain parts that most people don't pay attention to. And then I'll spew it out and try to regurgitate it in the best way I can or whatever. But that's the other quarter of the Dossier, and I will be back. What was that, part 4 now? I don't know how many parts it's gonna be, but we're gonna get through it, y'all. Check me out.